This is Rafi Cruzon, and you are tuned in to Nothing But That Sports Talk.
Center. Earlier today, we have day 3 of USA Trade Camp. I'm here with Gigi Speer once again.
Hello, Rafiq. Thank you for having me again.
Yeah, I understand that. Well, I know you kind of didn't get to catch the whole practice like you did earlier today, but you did manage to get some good interview with some players. I mean, like, when you were speaking to the players, like, what are some different perspectives you had?
Ooh, well, you know what? I think what today could be about is, especially because I didn't get to see much of practice. Sadly, I had a long commute today, but, you know, it's tough. It's tough to know that there's this collective group that wants to make a team, but there's only a certain amount of spots, you know? So I think seeing people leaving the gym, I was definitely aware of that energy, if it was there. And also what I talked to Kelsey Plum about was more about her faith and believing and having a two-way conversation with God. And I feel like that was a very practical conversation to have when, you know, some changes might be made, and definitely some people are not making a team that they want to make.
Yeah, the same Kelsey Plum that told you not to ask any more Caitlin Clark questions.
Yeah, I think she was telling media in general. Yeah, I think some people are tired of it.
I mean, you can never get tired of somebody having the opportunity to surpass you in college basketball, well, lifetime.
Yeah, I know. It's like you want to be proud of them, but Kelsey's also has a job to do. But yeah, no, I agree with you. There's so much to talk about with regards to Caitlin Clark, so.
Yeah, and as we talk about Caitlin Clark, I mean, like, when you had a chance to go down there to watch her steamroll Maryland, even being in arena host for that game. I mean, why don't you talk me about that overall experience?
Yeah, not even steamroll. It was close, down to the final minutes, man. It was a tough fight by Maryland. They went on a crazy run, and I saw some dogs play out there, and they wanted to compete so bad. Man, Maryland women's basketball, Terps basketball, true bucket getters, and they have this grit. And Coach Freeze was talking about it in the press conference afterwards, and she's like, yeah, in the first half, they had us on rebounds and also, they had us on layups, and then they also had us because we were focusing on like that quick release and not playing in a way where you're getting smart shots up. And they definitely adjusted in the second half. Terps basketball is so good. Iowa put on a show as well, though. They were actually so good at finding the open man down low, and I think that's where they won in that battle in general against Maryland. But yeah, calm day for Caitlin is a crazy stat line either way. So she did super well. Saw her get flustered about officiating a little bit, but I couldn't really have a good good view on it. But the overall vibe was amazing. Before the game, fans were greeting her as she left the hotel. Fans packed the stadium to support Maryland. The student section rolled out the Maryland flag, and they usually only do that in men's basketball games. So, student section rolling, women's basketball. It was awesome to see, and yeah, it was an honor, serious honor to be part of.
Yeah, way different fun from doing in-arena hosted at Fordham, which is our alma mater, and of course you got a chance to do in-arena hosted at Rutgers games as well. Like, do you feel that you've improved a bit game by game?
100%. 100%. Yeah, always getting better. Even at Fordham, it's my home. I feel so comfortable there. I'm sure you do too. And it's always a challenge. And I remember asking earlier in this week, like, just thinking, being like, man, I could really use the next challenge. And then this happened to come up. But I think the similarity between Fordham and Maryland, even if Fordham can't pack as many people into the gym as Maryland can, is it's basketball and it's fans, and like that's the baseline of it all, of why I love it.
Yep, that's why we love it indeed. And getting back to the USA conversation, I mean, I know you've interviewed some other players, getting other different perspectives other than just Kelsey Plum.
Yeah. I mean, I know. Let me see what I didn't talk about. I talked about Coach. I talked about DT. I don't know if I said it on your interview, but Diana Taurasi was talking about playing until your 40s, you know, and how much she loves the game. And I think that was one of the best parts of the weekend, was to hear her talk about her continued love for the game. Because you could ask her, girl, hang it up. Why are you still doing it? But, man, she loves it, so why not?
Yeah, and not to mention Cheryl Reeve got to speak to the media earlier today, and I got to ask her about like the Fisa Collier, get adjusted to teaming up with players that she never really teamed up with any kind of team, All-Star, Minnesota Lynx.
Yeah, wow, that's awesome. I mean, it's so cool to see her out there. I would love to see Collier on the final roster. I think that'd be a fun team. She's got to be on it.
Yeah, Kalia Copper, I got to actually speak with her earlier today, and she gave a lot of intake. She said a lot of interesting things, just pretty much talk about how much she enjoyed the opportunity to represent Team USA, and you'll be able to check out what she said after in the next interview, but it's besides the point. These players are really in tune and entertaining, especially when Diana Taurasi really photobombed Kelsey Plum during the media scrums.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, they're so fun to watch, and they're the greatest active players right now, pretty much. And it's great to be in there and be part of it, and it's awesome you get to ask some questions too.
Yep. And we're not done talking about all USA conversation, as we will continue to keep that going as we get closer and closer to the Olympics in Paris. This is Rafiq Louison with Gigi Speer. We'll see you next time.